This school year is my final academic year before I'm graduated and sent off to the workforce forever. When I was planning out my schedule for my final year, I realized that I had already taken so many credits that out of the final 2 semesters that I had remaining in my college career, I'd only have to attend one of them in order to graduate on time. And because I'd switched into my major, information systems, so late, I had a couple classes that I have to take in the final spring semester, so I elected to take the fall semester off. Hey guys, just wanted to give you all a quick update about my personal life because I feel like I don't really do that too often. And there are a couple things that I want to talk about in this video. The first one is why exactly am I taking this semester off? And the second point is just what I plan on doing for the 4 months that I have off from school. So there are 3 reasons that I have listed for why I'm taking this semester off. And the first one is very simple. It's just for money. Attending private school is really expensive. I've made plenty of jokes on this channel about how much it costs to attend Carnegie Mellon, and it's for good reason. It's because to anyone who doesn't really have great context about how much college education costs, the amount that Carnegie Mellon's own website estimates for their first year of tuition is so mind-boggling. CMU currently has that number pegged around $80,000, and that's just for 1 year. Unfortunately, my family's income is just outside of the range where CMU starts to give financial aid, and I know that it's just outside the range because early on in my college career, my sister was still going to college, and I was receiving financial aid during that time. And even though my estimated family contribution is still at less than half of that $80,000 mark, I still have to pay full tuition. But that's not to say that I'm not in an incredibly fortunate position, because I am. My parents have agreed to pay off all of my college tuition, and I'm so grateful for that. But it doesn't mean that this $80,000 number each year doesn't burden them. And by taking this fall semester off, I'm saving them $40,000. The second reason that I have listed is just to spend more time with my parents. One of my best friends recently told me about the statistic that once you finish high school, more than 90% of the time spent with your parents throughout your life is already over. That absolutely blew my mind and made me really sad at the same time because I love my parents so much and obviously want to spend as much time as possible with them. So in addition to saving that massive amount of money, I figured that this semester would be a great way to break this statistic and spend as much time with my parents as possible. And the third and final reason that I have for why I'm skipping this fall semester is because I can start full-time work earlier. Now at first this may not make too much sense, but I promise with the explanation it kind of makes sense. And that's because many people after they graduate and before they start working full-time, they usually take a couple of months off to either relax or prepare for full-time employment, travel, do whatever. So say after I graduate in May, I want to spend 4 months off, so then I'd be starting in September. Well, because I already have a couple of months off in this fall semester, this can serve as my rest and relaxation period as opposed to spending time after I graduate for that. So then instead of starting work in September, maybe I can start in July or August. People close to me know that I'm really interested in the FIRE movement, and FIRE stands for Financial Independence Retire Early, which basically means that once you get a certain amount of money, you can just retire and live off of the investment returns that your current money makes you. And because of my interest in FIRE, by starting work just a couple months earlier, I might be able to retire a couple months earlier as well. Now, those are the reasons why I'm taking the semester off. As for what I actually have planned on doing for this semester, I'm honestly not too sure what I'm going to do with my time as of now. The first thing that I considered was what a lot of people take off semesters for, and that's for extra internships. And I considered this pretty heavily until just a few months ago, and my efforts amounted to applying to one company, interviewing one time, and getting ghosted. And after that, I stopped pursuing this route. Not because I'm a foreigner to getting rejected and getting ghosted, but just because it feels a little bit silly to spend all of your time throughout your school year focused on getting a good job and then spending every single break that you have from school on your career as well. I'm someone who isn't in love with software engineering, and so spending all of my time on software engineering just doesn't seem that appealing to me. And because an extra internship was kind of the only thing that I really considered, that leaves me without anything for the time being. And it's really frightening to not have anything to work on at the moment, but I think it's also pretty necessary. It's scary in the sense that I've always had something to work on throughout my life, whether it be applying to college, whether it be for job applications, working on classes, or my actual internships. It feels so strange and a little bit wrong to not be working on anything. Even this summer after my first year in college where I didn't have an internship, I still took a couple of classes and studied a bunch of leak code. And I don't want to get too much into self-reflection or spirituality, but I think that because I'm so scared of not having anything to do, I think it's really important to understand why I'm so scared, and a great way to kind of get an understanding about why I'm so scared would be to face that fear head on and have nothing to do. So with that being said, I don't want to be completely bored while I'm at home, so there are a couple of things that I want to bring back into my life. The first are hobbies that have kind of taken a back seat in my life this year as I've had to focus on my internship and on classes. Some of those hobbies include guitar, piano, reading books, and working out. The other major thing that I want to work on throughout the semester is YouTube. I'm so thankful for having discovered making YouTube videos this year, and I want to continue making better and better videos for you guys. Because I have more time now, I think it'll be a little bit easier to do that moving forward. For about the past month or so, I've been a little bit confused as to how I can go about making the best videos for you guys. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, and I will promise I will read and respond to every single one. So that's all from me today. TLDR, I'm skipping a semester of college to focus on making better YouTube videos. Thank you so much for watching and for getting to the end of this video. Not many people make it here. See you guys next time.